G'day viewers, scrappers and gold lovers alike. Today I've got this large, very large LG TV. I know it's nothing special, there's probably hundreds of videos on YouTube of TVs being done, but I have to do it, so I figured I might as well make a video. So we'll start with the cord. What I do with the cords is I pull the pins out. They're brass, usually not too hard. Some are a bit difficult, most of them are pretty easy. And I have to cut the cords off for our scrap buyer. Cut the plugs off, sorry. So now I'm left with a nice piece of wire. I could sell that as power cord wire, but I take these inside and I strip them. So I cut the casing and you end up with 3 strands of wire, and then I individually strip each strand of wire, like each, there's 3 main wires in there, so I'll take that inside. This goes in the brass bucket. You'd be surprised how much that adds up. You know, you think, oh, a couple of little pins, what's the point? But yeah, I end up with quite a nice pile. Now there's a lot of screws on this, so I'll get to doing these screws. Sometimes I keep a look at the screws, and if they're good ones, these are pretty shitty, pretty average, but I do get a nice pile of nuts and bolts and screws together occasionally. You never know when you need them. I don't know if this type of thing is boring to you guys or not. I mean, like I said, there's nothing special about a TV. But since I'm doing it, why not film it? Might be some people that like it. You probably hear the dog next door barking. It's its favourite pastime. It's all it ever does. Doesn't bother me, I'm a dog person. I think the owners must be deaf because they never do anything about it. They mustn't hear it. And I'm a long way from the dog, so I don't know why I stirred it up. Yeah, I've just got some business cards printed up as an e-waste refiner, and I'm putting the word out there, trying to get a lot more scrap than what I currently do. I used to like coasting by with 1 or 2 computers a week, but I want to get a lot larger. I want to get so busy. It's more the amount of scrap that I do. I've done small amounts in videos, 100 grams here and there, half a kilo here and there, but I'd really like to be doing kilos of the stuff. I'd like to get a very large supply of good things like good gold fingers and pins and some good quality CPUs. Purple ceramics would be nice. So I figure if I put my name out there, get the word going, hopefully get some pickups from schools or offices or something. Never know. So I was pretty excited when they turned up yesterday. One more screw that I can see. It's a very big TV. It was heavy too. I had difficulty picking it up because I got a bad back. What can I grab hold of? There we go. Oh, I missed a screw here. I think I missed that. Alright, so unfortunately this is just tin. This back piece here, and I think I've said this in one of my other videos. I know a lot of people on their scrapping videos and so on, they take a lot of steel to the scrapyard, but mostly in America. I don't know why they get more there, but here it's just not worth it. It's like 10 cents a kilo or something for steel. I don't see the point filling my truck full of steel when I can just take a small bucket of copper in and get 6 times the price, 100 times the price. It's $6, between $6 and $10 a kilo for copper. I'd much rather be getting that than 20 cents a kilo or 10 cents a kilo. So it's just another mountain of screws to undo. The thing I don't like about this drill is it doesn't have 2-speed. It's a slow drill. And the other drills that I've had in the past, you can flick it onto full speed and barely touch the trigger and the screws are out. I don't see anything good so far, not anything special. Pretty plain boards. So I can see a little IC chip, a couple of BGAs. There'll be a BGA under that, looks like a gold corner BGA underneath this little heatsink. Have a closer look in a minute. Another gold corner BGA and an IC chip. That's about it, apart from the sideboard, which has got some nice fingers on it, nice gold pins. So how's everyone been? Anyone done anything special, anything interesting lately? I enjoy getting comments from you guys. A lot of people have been great and commenting on my videos. I appreciate that. Please keep it coming. So, one board done. So what do we got here? 2 nice coils of copper, even though it's not bright wire. It's number 2 copper. 2 nice heat sinks. Some extruded aluminium there. A couple of these brown capacitors or whatever they are. I don't know what's in those yet. I've got to do a video on those to find out. It's a bigger one there, some big ones here. Aluminium capacitors, they're no good. Some of these little black diodes there, I got gold out of those ones before. I'll keep those. There's no gold in that one. There's no gold in these fingers. The pins, I mean. There's a transistor there, a couple of those, 3 of those there, one there, one there. So a little bit of gold recovery, nothing special. Alright, that's board number 1. Steel, rubbish. So like I said, there's a gold corner BGA under this. I can see it already. Never seen one glued on this wall before. There we go. Transistor, a couple of tiny little ICs. Aluminium capacitors are no good. Maybe some pins in there, some pins there, and that's it. Not much on this board. Okay, I've got some nice gold pins in there. This one not. Okay, got a nice IC chip there, a couple of small ones, a few small ones on there, a transistor. These are just foam. And for those who sell their e-waste, I don't sell it, I buy it. I keep everything for gold recovery. I don't care if something can be sold for a lot of money. I'm not interested in that, I'm interested in the gold. So I keep everything. So that's board number 2. Okay, so there's gold in that plug there, gold in this one, but not in that one, and not in those. This one here there is. So you can tell by the ribbon cable's got gold on the end. Again, gold meets gold, so where there's gold on this one, there'll be always gold in there. Same with this side. Same with these ones here, you can see the gold on the ribbon. If I took this one off, you'd see there we go, gold in there. Gold in there, you can see the gold in the light. I can, I don't know about you guys. Probably won't be much of a video, because there's not much to pull apart. Should be a quick one. I went to the I don't know what you guys call them. I'll call it a rubbish tip. Some people call it a refuge waste station, whatever you want to call it. And I'm annoyed that I didn't have this done, because there's no other way of getting rid of this. It has to go to it won't fit in my recycle bin at home. It's too big, so it has to go to a waste station. So I'm going to have to store this now till the next time I go. Okay, so gold corner BGA, IC chip, transistors, pins, they've got gold. This one hasn't. Aluminium capacitors, pretty much boring again. It's not a very interesting TV, this one. I thought I'd get some better stuff out of it. This is basically just a power board, I think, of sort. That's rubbish, there's nothing in there. So there's nothing in there. Nothing in there, just these blue things, which I think may be MLCCs of some kind. I'll take those off and keep those, but gold recovery is what I'm after. Nothing too exciting so far. Sorry, just stretching my back. So get this one off. There's a few people that have commented on this GoPro. They don't like the quality of video. Well, it's put me in a hard position, because obviously I want to create the best videos I can. But that also means with this I can do it hands-free, and I can carry on working. You can see what I'm doing. If I use my phone, I've got to keep putting the phone down, doing what I need to do, pick the phone up, start again. So and things like this where I need to be hands-free, I think it's just better I use the GoPro. Alright, so this is a relay. You can see the copper winding and the silver connectors just there. So I'll get those later. Aluminium heat sinks, some good extruded aluminium. It's just a general power board, couple of transformers, a few transformers, couple more there. Aluminium capacitors, waste of money, no good. A little diode there, 3-legged diode. I get gold out of those, so I'll keep that. I don't do these blue silver capacitors anymore, there's nothing in those. I don't know why they call them silver capacitors when there's bugger all silver in it. 2 nice copper windings, so I'll undo those. I don't think this is a relay. No, it's not. So, pretty average power board. Again, not much for gold recovery. I actually thought there'd be a lot more in this big TV than what there is gold-wise. I thought there'd be a massive board with gold corner BGAs or lots of IC chips, but not much so far. I've seen smaller TVs that have more in it than this. Weird. You think they put enough screws in this or what? I don't think there's any risk of falling out. 1 in each corner would have been enough. My back. Alrighty, again some good extruded aluminium, a couple of good windings of copper, a lot of these brown things. I'm getting quite a collection of those together. Soon we'll find out what's in those. Pretty sure it's a little IC chip. I see those a lot on power boards and things like that. I keep them as if I put them with my ICs. IC there, another little one there, transformers, fuse, should be silver in there, copper winding, that's about it. Transistor, no gold in these fingers, no gold in there. There's gold in this one, there's no gold in that one. Nothing. Oh, one little IC chip, got a couple of IC chips, a few little ones there, a couple of little ones up there. Really not as much as I thought. It's a couple of MLCCs. I really hope for a lot better than this. It's not worth picking up such a large TV and having to manhandle it and store it for the tiny amount that's in them. Which is where I guess it's good for you guys to see a video like this, because I don't know how many people are in my boat with a bad back, but this is a lot to move around. And it's also being so big, it's a lot to store for such little recovery. I don't think I'll pick up large TVs again, this large anyway. A lot of waste, all this tin, no good to me. I'd rather do smaller TVs that get more in it. Alright, so these are going to have gold in them, I can tell. And you can see there, gold, gold, gold. So there'll be gold in there, in there, in there. These are IC. There's no gold in that. No gold in there. Pretty average. So this one will be the same. So I'll get a little bit of gold on these ribbons, but it's only flashing, so there's not a lot to gain from it, but I'll keep them anyway. This is just the same as the other board. I can see another board under here, it goes right the way along. So this looks like a piece of aluminium maybe. Aluminium's not worth a whole lot, but it's worth keeping. I don't know if I can get this out. Yep. I'm going to have to pull up a chair. Unfortunately, that means this camera might be too close. See if I can move it up a bit. Sorry if it's too close. If I just sit for 5 minutes, I'll be right to stand up again. So if you can't see, please bear with me. I'll get up again in a minute. Okay, another screw there. Come on, what's holding you in there? So, no idea what's in here. Probably some sort of transformer. So, I'll get the wire off there. Yeah, it's just the power plug thing, nothing in there. Get this cord, got plugs off. This just goes through as insulated cord. One of the grades that they have is 50-50 or 40-50, 40-60. So this is roughly 50% copper winding and 50% insulation. It's actually a little bit more insulation, I can see it thicker, but I put it in my 50-50 bucket. I have a data bucket, 50-50 bucket, and if I was to put power cords in, that'll be a separate grade again, but as I said, I stripped them. So let's cut these plugs off here. Extra copper wire. There's one here that goes right the way along at the back. You can't see what I'm doing. There's one that goes all the way along the back. Nice long piece. And I think this wire is roughly, what was it last time? I think it was about $1.50 a kilo. Doesn't take much to get a kilo. I call it fast money or fuel money because it doesn't take much to get a pile, and then you go and get some money for fuel out of it. So with these, you may have seen my other video where I did ribbon cable, and there is nothing in the way of gold in these cables. I once thought that perhaps it ran the whole way. It doesn't. And I've tried lots of different ribbon cables. They only have gold on the end. And it's only flashing, it's not thick coating of any kind, but gold's recovery is gold recovery. I keep them anyway. So this now is rubbish. No gold on that one, no gold on that one, that's rubbish. Gold in that. Just keep a little pile together. This plug came off, so that's all right. I'll separate if I can. Okay, so there's the plug. Cut the gold off. There's actually more gold in that plug on the pins than what there is on this ribbon. But I'll soon get enough of it together, make it worthwhile. I will be doing another video in the future sometime down the track of just this gold. The other video was to find out if there was copper or gold in here. Now that I know it's only the ends, I'll be doing a video when I get enough of it, of just the ends, to give you an example of exactly how much gold is got from those. What else we got here? Some more wire. Cut the plug off that. Oop, drop that one. So we're getting a little bit of copper wire together, which is all good. There's a piece that's running along the front here, which is just for the speakers. Again, this is more 50-50 than what the other stuff is. This is definitely equal portion of copper wire to insulation. So I just bundle that up and that goes in my 50-50. I'll take that plug off in a second. Occasionally a little plug goes through, they don't mind, but they don't like making a habit of it. And there's this wire here, which I'm not sure what that's for. It's not for the speaker. There's a board in there that I can see, a little black skinny board. This one here is data. There's lots of little strands of wire. So this is what they class as data here, data cord. So that goes in my data container. I coil them up, it makes it a lot neater in the pile, in the bucket. They'll fit more in the bucket that way. Alrighty, so more screws to undo so I can get to those boards. And there's no gain for me to get to the top, so I'll just bend these out of my way. Alright, I only need to get to under here and down the side here, which so I can get those ribbons off there. Quite often, when I've done flat screen TVs, there's been a nice amount of aluminium, but it's all, the back's all incorporated in it, and there's rivets on there that stick tin down to it, and what a mission. And aluminium's not really worth a whole lot. And the way I look at aluminium is if I can just pick something up and put it in my aluminium bucket, then it's okay. But if I've got to spend time, a lot of time, separating things from it, then it's probably not worth it. I mean, it's not so bad at home, doing it at home, but if I'm on the side of the road scrapping, street scrapping, certainly it doesn't really pay to spend time trying to undo screws and so on just to get a little bit of aluminium. But this is clean aluminium now, and it's extruded. For those who don't understand how to tell the difference, there is no way in pig's hell you'd ever get a bend like that with a bending machine. No, there's no bender that I know of on the market that would bend aluminium to a perfect 90 degree. So this had to be extruded through a die. That's the way I was taught. If your scrapyard ever tries to tell you that something's not extruded, then sometimes they don't really know. They may be new at it, or they were taught wrong, or they're just trying to pull the wool over your eyes, which is quite common for scrapyards. Just point that out to them, that there's no way that could be domestic aluminium bent, because you cannot get a bend like that. Any machine on the market, that has to be extruded. There's a nice little pile of extruded wire, aluminium, sorry, I can't even talk today. Okay, so some screws along this board. Not a lot on this board, but hey, why not take it? Looks like there's quite a few MLCCs. Not that I'm worried about that, I'm after the gold, but I will keep them. Come on. Trying to get this screw on, didn't want to play the game. Now, these little tabs that are joined to the board are also joined to the TV. I need to keep. I'll tell you why in a second. I'm talking about these. Although there's no gold on this one. So that's good, I can ignore these ones. It's the first time I've ever seen these without gold. I'll just check with some more. No, there's no gold. So the reason why I was looking at keeping it, and I don't know where I put it now. I threw it somewhere. Well, there's some good ones on the side that have got gold. I'll wait till I get those off. I'm saving them for a video. I did a video on them once before, and I'll elaborate once I get the other one out. So we've got some pins here, but there's no gold. No, they're just tin or nickel or whatever they call it. Definitely no gold in those, but there are some MLCCs, quite chunky ones. Any gold in that? No. You can tell by this ribbon if this ribbon here has gold or not. Oh, there is. So maybe I can see it in the light on these ones. You know, where's my cutter's gone? Yeah, there's gold in there for sure, but these ones definitely not. Yeah, there's no gold in there, but these ones do. So I have not been let down yet by my theory, gold meets gold. And there was gold in there, so there has to be gold in there. It's always been the case, unless someone wants to prove me wrong. So it's the easiest way to find out if there's gold on one, you know to keep the plug. That's rubbish. I'll keep that. So that means these two will be the same. What about this one here? I don't remember, but I think the cord that was on here had gold. Yep, I can see gold in there for sure. Definitely. So I'll keep that one, and this one. These ones are no good, but there's MLCCs. Again, nice and chunky. It's good. Cut the gold off this. Rubbish. Same with this one. No gold in here, but there's gold in this one on the end. So I'll keep that one. MLCCs. Nothing on the back. Alright, so now, so I don't have to keep those. There's nothing else on here. There's no aluminium now to get. This is all done except for this side. So I need to get these ones off. And I need to get them off the screen as well as, I don't want to just get this side, I want to get the other side as well. I can't seem to get it, it's glued in between there, and there's all these rivets and everything holding it all together. So the reason why I'm keeping these, same with the other ribbon cables. I did a video once to wondering if there was any gold through here or not, and it proved that there wasn't. But what I didn't do, I think from memory I may have taken the gold off here. Gee, I can feel the coating on there. And I've never felt these ribbon cables with good gold like that before. That's unreal. I've never ever known it to be that thick. I can feel the ridges. Anyway, getting off the subject, where this joins the screen, I can't separate it to show you, but there was a tiny bit of gold. Yeah, that's stuck in there. These rivets are holding it together. There's a tiny bit of gold that was on the ribbon, and I think it's ENEG gold, but I believe it might not have given me a true reading in my last video. The idea was, yeah, I'm pretty sure I took the gold off both ends. No, I took the gold off this end because that's usually the only end that's got gold. And then I burnt these to see if there was gold in there. But because there was a little bit of ENEG gold stuck on the other side, I later thought about it and decided, well, I should revisit that video. And this time, treat the ENEG gold first to get a true reading. So I don't know if you guys can understand what I mean, but if you go back and find the video where I did these, you'll know what I mean. And I want to be thorough, so I'll revisit it one day to make sure. So getting a nice little pile of these here now, and I'm going to wait till I get at least a kilo of it. There's no point in doing a small pile of that on a video. These are unusual, you can tear them. And just as I say that, I find one I can't. Isn't always the way. That really is a good gold coating. It's even got the really dark gold. You know when something's really well coated because the colour of the gold is a lot darker. It's like looking at something that's 18 carat and then looking at something that's 9 or 10 carat. There's a big difference in the colour. And this is very, very dark. I can't get over how I can feel that. If I had nails, I'd chew my nails down, but if I had nails, you would hear my finger running along that gold. I got my truck going finally. Those who have been following my channel would know that I've been having issues. It's taken me a long time. This blue Land Rover Discovery I bought as a donor vehicle to get the engine out of. I've now put that in my truck. So that's exciting for me and probably for you guys, which means I'll be going prospecting in the near future. Unfortunately, I've missed all the nice cool spring weather. It's late spring now and it's starting to warm up. I hope to go before summer comes, because here in the goldfields, the day it's not uncommon to have a 40-degree day or 100 Celsius. So I want to try and get out before then. Okay, that's the TV done. There's nothing else that I can... Actually, I lie. There's this one down here. And is there one up the other side? Yeah, there's a small one up there. So, there's no screws. I have to pry it off with a flat screwdriver. I don't know if you can see it down there. I can't even get it off. I can't seem to pry it. Oh, I nearly got it. I can't get under it to pry it. There we go. It's glued on. So, nothing for gold, maybe an LED there, but it's a plastic joint to the board. I don't even know how I'm going to separate that. Yeah, it's plastic. There's an LED there and maybe one or two there. I'm going to try and get this plastic off the whole way. That's going to be exciting. Not. There we go. Getting there. Nothing but glue on the back. Not even worth my time. There's one tiny old IC chip there and one MLCC. Not even worth taking off the board. Okay, so that's it for this TV. The screws aren't even worth keeping, they're rubbish. Steel is rubbish. Again, I don't keep steel. Just take these screws out so that it packs up a lot flatter. When I take steel to my scrapyard, especially light steel like this, he says he'll give me nothing for it, but he'll give me a steel bin to throw it in, which is typical of scrapyard. They're going to make money on it. They'll sell it. But the only time they actually buy steel is if I took iron, heavy iron in there. that's only the one particular scrapyard that I'm talking about. If I went to a major one where they scrap cars and things like that, they would buy steel. There's nothing on there. The scrapyard down the road for me is only a small one. He only deals with ferrous metals, non-ferrous metals, I mean. There's a very, very big one that does cars and all kinds of things, not too far from me. They would definitely buy it, but again, it's not worth much. It's not worth my time even putting it in the car to take down there. So it all goes in the rubbish. This will have to go to the waste station, rubbish tip, whatever you want to call it, the next time I go, because there's no way I can sit, that won't fit in my recycle bin. And the plastic as well, and that back, there's no way. So I'm going to have to store this now until the next time I go, which could be 6 months' time. So at the end of the video, alright, so what we ended up with was a nice little pile of this gold here, which I'll put into a container. There's a plug there which goes over with these. Come on, there's always one. Thank you. This is all rubbish. Rubbish, 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 rubbish. I'll put these over here. Okay, wire for me to strip. A few measly boards with next to nothing on them. A couple of things. Nice piece of extruded. Alright, so I heard the GoPro beep and I thought it was just telling me battery's low, but it was actually the SIM card was full. The DS card, whatever you call it, memory card. So I'll just run through what we've got. These 3 boards, which don't have a whole lot at all, just gold on the ends, a couple of MLCCs. This board here, which has got nice gold on here, these big ones. Some IC chips, maybe some MLCCs. Some nice chunky ones there. Another board the same as that. And a whole pile of these gold things that I trimmed off, and I'll put them on here for now, so I've got to sort that out. Nice pile of wire, extruded aluminium, and this board, it's a power board. It's got some good extruded aluminium. I won't tell you all about them because you saw it before. I'm just running through it. Another power board, transformers and so on. This board here, which is pretty much useless. I'll just keep those blue things. Another board here, gold corner BGA, IC chip, gold in there. And this is, let's just call this the motherboard, I don't know what you'd call it. Gold corner BGA, IC chips, transistors in there. And that's about it on that one. And finally this power board. Nice copper coils, some aluminium, and these things which I don't know what they are. They're transistors or something, I don't know. I'm going to keep those because I'm going to do a video on them soon. Some of these transistors here, and that's about it. So I know it was just a boring TV, but I hope you enjoyed the video anyway. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.